Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going into a little bit more advanced stuff. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is buying and selling, which you most likely already know. Um, so what I'm going to say is probably pointless, but you would just go to buy and sell stuff, you go into your store, and you have your vehicles here. Um, just pick which one you want. If you want to, let's say, grab a large tractor. Just, yeah, you can just choose your settings for it and change license plate. You can lease right here, which gives you a monthly payment instead of having to pay the full price, which is good for starting farmers. And then, or you can just purchase it outright. Now, as far as if you'd like to try to save some more money, there is the used vehicle section, which does change every day. As you can see right now, there is a front loader attacher, a bucket, and you have a Kubota, you have a tipper trailer, and you have a seeder. Now, if you wanted to sell stuff, you can go here under and sell it from here. It looks like I wanted to sell these weights, as you can see, easily sold. Otherwise, you'd have to drive to the store, which I'm going to go visit. Um, let's say I just purchased well, let's just say I don't want to have this tractor here anymore that I just purchased. You can take it here to the shop and sell it from here. So, open shop menu. Well, hold on. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. I apologize for that. You would drive your vehicle to this spot over here, which is also where you can repair your vehicle or customize your vehicle. You would put your vehicle into this square or an implement, depending on what you want to get, what you want to edit. Then you would come here, and open this up, and you can hit repair, repaint, customize if you wanted to customize it, or you can just hit sell. That's the other way to sell. Fairly simple, easy to do. Now, as far as what else about the shop, um, you have down here, you have where you can change, where you have an animal dealer. But right now I don't have any animal barns or pastures, but you can change your wardrobe here if you didn't like your wardrobe. Um, Otherwise, you can go here for farmland, if you wanted to buy farmland, but the easiest way is you can just go here in your main menu instead of the shop, and you would hit, if you look at the bottom of the screen where it says farmland, for me it says X. Someone hit X, and then I can just purchase sell land here. Now, the next most important thing is terraforming, which you may want to do more often. Actually, we'll get to terraforming in a minute. Let's talk about the buildings. Here you can buy sheds, silos, silo extensions, container tools, farmhouses. So if you wanted to put down, I want to put down a shed, click on, then you can see the shed. Now if you want to turn it, you can see the options in the top left corner of your screen. For me, it's holding down the right mouse button, and I can rotate it. Now, if I wanted to just place this shed, I would just hit like that, Now, obviously, I don't want this shed here. This is just a temporary placement. I want to turn off autosave, because I really don't want it to save. As you can see, it just placed down this shed. It's a pretty gigantic shed. But there are some other buildings you can get too. You can go into productions and you can place down factories if you want. Various different factories. You can place down sell points. You can place down greenhouses. Here's where you would put down grapes and olives, and generators like, for wind, solar. And here is under animals, you have your cow barn, your horses, pigs, sheep, chickens, bees, and others. Now, bees are useful if you place them around fields. They can be really good. They'll increase the yield of your farm. There's actually a radius that they're good in, and I don't remember what the radius of that is off the top of my head. Anyway, then you have here the collection location that you would place. You need to place down a bee harvest and a drop point. Now, I don't know how far you can go to place your drop point, but all beehives that will be putting the honey into that drop point that was placed. Now here you can place a doghouse if you wanted to. Otherwise you have your decorations like fences, lights, and just decorations. These sheds here are pretty much useless. You can't go in them. They're just for decoration. And the next thing we're going to talk about is landscaping. Now, the landscaping is a bit more advanced. I'm really not that great at landscaping, but I'm getting better at it. Right here you have the lower and raise. It's like left mouse button for me is raise, and I don't know what it's going to be for you again, but you can look in the top left corner. But for me, left mouse button's raise and right mouse button's lower. Now, as you can see, that's no longer smooth, and I want to smooth that out. I would use this tool, which is the smoothing tool. I'll soften. I say smoothing, but in the game it's called soften, and it helps smooth it over a little bit. Now, you also have the level, which here, let me erase it real quick. Now, as far as the level goes, if I selected the top part of that and then, just put my hover this over the highest point and then hit, start the leveling process, it brings everything, it just levels to that specific height. Now, if you let go and then select it over here, it would lower it back down to what that was over here. So however you want to level your land, that's up to you. But as far as you can change the brush strength. That was the size. Brush strength, which makes things go a little bit more quicker. You can also make it bigger, and that's the level tool. And then you also have the slope tool, which is very useful. The best thing to start off with is getting a height. Okay. Now, let's say I want that height. I want my slope to go to that height. I would use my right mouse button for the set slope target point right there. Again, for you, it's going to be different, but it should tell you again in the left part of the screen. Anyway, I set my slope point, and now I move over here and I want it to slope to that point. I just hold down my left mouse button and as you can see, it's sloping now to that point. Okay. Now you pretty much just created a ramp. As you can tell, I didn't do that great of a job with it, but this gives you an idea of what you can do. Now, that was just moving the land. You have painting where you can change the textures of the basic, stuff. Here's animal mud. You have asphalt. You have dirt, forest ground, grass, gravel, and sometimes you'll have more depending on which map you're playing on. One sec. Okay. And then, just plant it. Let's say I wanted to just do, turn this little area into a grass field. I put down some grass texture or forest ground. It's up to you. And then I would go over to plants and I would look for meadow. And then I would just start planting the meadow. Now, this meadow that you're planting, it will grow back, so you can mow it and it'll grow back and you get to continuously mow it. And you don't have to plant it or anything. Now, if you just put it on a field, like right here is a piece of field, if I just put it there, it'll go away as soon as you do anything with this field. It'll go away. So, if you're trying to paint in the sides here with, the meadow, and you happen to get it a little bit on the field, you can just plow or cultivate right over the field and it'll get rid of it. So you'll have a nice straight line. As far as anything else, these are all plants you can plant. You have bushes, flowers, and over here you have various different trees you can plant. Now, I would not recommend using these trees to plant for logging. I would plant them using the planter that you would find in the store. That works a little bit better. Now, that is the landscaping tool set that the game gives you. As far as what you can do with it, that's up to your imagination. I'm really not that good at it. As you can see, I honestly am not the greatest at landscaping. So, whatever you do with it's up to you. So, again, thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment. I really would like to know what you're thinking about when you're watching this video, so please leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.